Well, I'm now joined by Tamara Ingram, who's the global CEO of JWT Thompson. Tam, thank you very much indeed for joining us. You join us at an interesting time. Yesterday, President Trump withdrew the US from the Paris climate agreement. We've seen various different brand owners, entrepreneurs, make a stand already on that. Tim Cook for Apple has already spoken out about it. Elon Musk from Tesla has withdrawn from certain committees that he was sitting on for the Trump administration. Is it now impossible for brands to escape the political climate?
I think brands need to be authentic to their purpose and to their benefit, and within the context, stay true to that. I do think there is a context, however, and I think people have an expectation with what is difficult in the world and what feels like some tough messages, whether it's Syria or whether it's politics, that brands are a ray of hope. Not unrealistic hope, but a ray of hope. So have a sense of purpose in life and are true and connected to their benefits.
Does this not place brands in a very difficult position, though?
It depends how brands behave. If brands take on a political stance, I think it does place them in a difficult position. But if brands are true to what they naturally offer, true to why they are around, true to their role, then I think brands can play a very important part of the world by, in a sense, bringing people together and giving people a sense of benefits by what they offer.
And what?
Can I give you an example?
Sure, please, yeah.
So there's a brand that JWT Thompson look after called Elevate, which is in China, and it's to help women who are pregnant. And in today's world, a brand needs to, as I say, have a purpose, and a purpose that not only delivers a benefit, which is helping nutrition for people who are pregnant, but also a sense of utility. So an insight in China is that men are not allowed to go to a women's first scan. So what Elevate did is created a utility which meant that after a woman had her first scan, she was given a product that she could place on her husband's heart so he could feel the baby's first heartbeat. Lovely. So what did that do? It was wonderful. It created a conversation in China, big conversation to want people to talk about why can't they be there and what it's like to participate. It Elevate the brand and its role it had in women's pregnancy, and it gave a fantastic benefit and emotionally brought husband and wife together in a very moving time. So I think brands can play a very important role in a political environment, but they have to do it from their truth. Otherwise, there are authentic issues, and also I think it creates disbelief and cynicism.
And what role is there for us as marketeers and communicators to work with the clients in order to understand the parameters of what would be good for them in that context and what would be straying into difficult territory?
I think we have a hugely important role to understand the brand and the consumer need, and not to go away for authenticity. So if we think of a number of clouds, there have been a lot of stories about that recently, when brands try to co-opt politics or go against what is naturally theirs, it causes a great deal of cynicism and actually rejection of the brand. So our role is always to be true to that brand and to make sure that purpose isn't so disconnected from actually what the brand's benefit offers, that again it creates a rise of cynicism. I think we're in a fantastic place to help when it's in a politically slightly dark environment, to help people feel optimistic and to deliver benefits.
One of the things that we're seeing more of across the world is countries looking inward as opposed to looking outward. One of the things that obviously brands do around the world is create large amounts of employment. Do you think that brands have underplayed their role in society in that respect?
I don't think people are interested in brands and how they've created employment. I do think they're interested in corporate brands, if I can separate the two, and how they've created employment. And I think we have absolutely underplayed that. I'm very proud of working with 4WPP and the amount of people we employ. I'm very proud of having a number of clients who employ over 100,000 people. These are jobs, mortgages, livelihoods, health, education, well-being, reading, getting people out of poverty. And I think we forget sometimes that plays an enormous role in society. So I think when we look after corporate brands as opposed to product brands, I think it's hugely important to stress that.
We've just seen the Co-op in the UK launch a campaign where they talk about using only British beef, not just about the quality aspects of that, but also about how that creates employment and how that helps individual local towns and societies thrive. Do you think more and more brands and marketers will be using local communities as the forefront of some of their marketing campaigns going forward?
It is very clear to me that intense localization is where the world is going. So we've got a paradox of, yes, very global, but true intensely local. And I think brands will pick up on that. In fact, indeed, I think you could get different benefits from products depend on the location. I think the more AI they'll have, the more we're able to get people in reality in real time, and then the more the local will become very important. So yes, I think that will happen, but I suspect the more that happens, there'll be a counter trend of connecting with global communities. But absolutely, I think localization is a key trend.
And finally, Tamara, it's just a few weeks' time until Cannes starts, I suppose the Oscars for the advertising industry. What do you think the key themes this year are going to be in Cannes?
I think the key themes will be at two extremes. At one extreme, it'll be about AI, it'll be about technology, it'll be about utilization. And on the other hand, I think there will be an obscurity in a sense, because we'll see lots of awards and these very ingenious solutions. And then on the other hand, a sense of big storytelling really matter. And I think there'll be a discussion about how important is the big idea and big storytelling and gaining people's emotion versus actually technology and virtual reality and AI. And my view is there isn't an either or, but I think there'll be a fair bit of discussion around
Well, Tamara Ingram, the Global Chief Executive of JWT Thompson, thank you very much indeed for joining us.
It's a great pleasure. It's a great pleasure. Thanks very much, David. Great to be included.